So, good morning or good night, depending on where you are in the world, and welcome to another album review of The Shield Dude on a Couch. I'm your host, Hector, and today we're talking about a debut album by a band called Tayne, and the album's called Love. And yes, this is a debut record, and it's 10 tracks, 31 minutes in length, and there's a running theme throughout this whole record. And of course, it has to do with love. And mainly it's not looking at love in a positive manner. It's like different areas that the album is focusing on. So if I can describe the sound of Tane, uh, they're put like an industrial noise pop, but there's a lot of elements of metal, electronic music, even some like shoegaze in the vocals in some of the parts of the songs. And uh, it reminded me of like influences from band like Nine Inch Nails, Crosses, The Prodigy, Ministry, just to name a few. So this band is a trio, but the main writer, his name is Matthew Sutton, and he sings and plays bass on the band. And I'm going to read from some of what he's describing what this album is about. So first of all, he wrote this album during a period of disassociation, and he documents his ideas of love as conflict, sacrifice, and compromise, how emotional attachment leads to clashes, and how the repercussions can ripple down through generations. He asks, like, what does love cost? How far are we willing to go to chase it? Well, if you ask Tinder, if you buy their maximum subscription, you have to pay 500 a buck to find love or possibly just a one night stand. If you ask me, that's a lot to pay for hooking up. But going back to the record, uh, there's some of like the songs are not like there's like a defeatist like quality to them. Like Sutton said that he was intimidated by intimacy, afraid of being vulnerable and putting myself out there. So yeah, it's a very personal record. But another thing that happened while he was writing this record, he wrote also about his father, because in the press, like he said that when his parents divorced and separated, his father admitted that he was a gay man. And that's something that Sutton, at the time, he had to struggle with. And there was no hard feelings, he says here, but I think realizing at a young age opened my mind to being an accepting person, understanding life isn't black and white. So the themes of love not only is about Sutton, but also about his father. And there's three music videos on the album that actually tackle this storyline. So it became a very visual record, not just musically, but visually in that. So I find the concept or the themes in this record very interesting. And musically, this is the best way to describe this is like metal music that you can headbang and listen to, because the electronic can be hard, but also has that pop sensibilities, like like it could sound like more industrial, but also pop at some of the times. The band already had released 5 singles before the album release this Friday, January the 31st. And the singles are great. There's a few of the songs that have some guest stars on it. For example, I think one of the best tracks on the record is Fear, which features James Pence from Rollo Tomasi. And this one has some dark electronic themes, but I like it when it goes like into the more harsher vocals. But most of the tracks, Matthew Sutton has like this very dream-like type of voice that sometimes you're not understanding what he's saying because of the noise, but that's what gives it like a shoegaze feel to the vocals that he does. Uh, so I think Fear's a great track. Then the other track that they have with guest star is Coherent, which features Rachel Asp of Cage Fight. And that one is a very aggressive track, especially on the vocals. It can get really aggressive at times, but also those like electronic beats here and there are so good that they really keep you engaged. Uh, Songs like Down, Scars, which were other of the singles, play a lot with that spacey type of vocals, but Down has a great beat and some electronic guitars to mix with the electronics. And that's a song that really goes into highs and lows, and I really enjoyed it a lot. Uh, Other tracks on the record, like In This Trend, uh, when I was listening to that track, it I was reminded of that scene in Blade, where there's like a vampire rave and they're all dancing. This could have been playing there, and it has that type of feel to it. The tracks are short and to the point, and they don't overstay their welcome. And also, there's like you could say, does it sound like all the ways same because with the electronic sounds? But no, there's some variations in the songs. And I think the longest track on the record, "Cause and Worthless," which is 4 minutes and 15 seconds, is one of the tracks that has more of a metal element to it. It has this great like guitar riffing mixed with the electronics that really sounds great. You know, I got a lot of the Prodigy vibes with that track, and I really enjoyed that one. And then they have like the album closer, like Nothing. It's more like subtle electronics, and Matthew Sutton's vocals are like way in the back. So it's like a great way to finish off this record. So yeah, if you like electronic music mixed with rock and metal, I think you will enjoy this. Some people may be put off by the vocals, not me because I love shoegaze and that type of vocals, but not all the vocals are there. There's some aggressive vocals in it, but most of the time, like the music and the electronics is front and center, and like the the sound of the vocals are more like to give it like a feeling to it, like a like a vibe, if you will, with this. But yeah, I really enjoyed this debut album by this band, Tane and Love, and I think I like the concept of what they're exploring here. You know, it can be a dark record at times, but like I'm telling you, I was listening to this record. I had to get up sometimes and just dance because like it was infectious. The beats were taking over me, and if you were a 90s child and you love going to raves and getting high, maybe putting some bigs to, you know, get the high up, I think you will enjoy this if you enjoyed raves back in the day, because this album feels like a metal rave. It's pretty cool. It's fun as hell. And I would truly recommend it to all people who like that industrial electronic noise pop type of vibe. So, yeah, if you want to know more about this record, I actually interviewed Matthew Sutton on the channel. This is a record that I've had the promo for a month and a half now, so I've been able to absorb this record. But in my chat with Matthew, we talk about obviously more in depth about uh, his relationship with his father, also the themes that inspired love. It's pretty interesting interview. So I'm gonna post it somewhere around here. So if you haven't watched it, watch it. So I want to know from you, cultures, have you listened to Tayne-Love? What do you think of this mix of metal, mixed electronic music? Are you a fan, or are you like, nah, it's not for me? So comment down below what are your favorite tracks from this record. And if you like the videos that I'm putting out, do not forget to give me a like and do not forget to subscribe. That helps me with the YouTube algorithm to get to more people like yourself. So until next time, couchers, this is Hector, the shield dude on the couch, and I'll see you all right here on the couch. Thank you and goodbye.